Hey guys, in today's video we're going to be creating a longer, higher difficulty EDM. This is a step up from the other videos, the other short and medium sized EDM. We're going to go into some more advanced features in this video, specifically columns. Today we're going to be using Canberra Business Chamber's great EDM. They've used some really great columns in their EDM, enhancing it using borders. So we're going to be recreating some of these borders here. So this is a great example of a longer, more higher difficulty EDM. So I'll just go through it here so you guys can kind of see what it looks like. Okay, perfect. So first up, we're just going to be recreating this single column border here first. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into content, and we're going to go into rows, add our row in first, drag that in. From there, we're going to go into content, grab our image, put that in, and then we're just going to go into here and just grab our image. So I'll go ahead and do that. And then from here, we're just going to drag in what picture we're after. So I think we're going to do this picture here. So I'll just drag that in. You can also go into browse and go into your files and access your images that way as well. So if you have some images that you already have in your files. So first up, what we're going to do is we're going to go into our rows. So we're going to click into our row just on the side there, and we're going to match what borders they have on here. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So they've got borders on the right, the bottom, and the left. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So we're going to click into our row. And first up, we're going to go into more options and then just pick what color we're after. I always like to choose the color first because it makes it just a bit easier. And then we're going to go 15, 15, and 15. Perfect. Actually, I think it was 20. We'll add 20 on there. Not as much. So we always want to match it to what you have on the rest of your EDM. Keep everything consistent. Perfect. And then from there, we're going to go down to content area padding in layout. So we're going to go into more options. And yeah, they should have some on the top and bottom. You can see here. So we're going to go 15 and 15. Perfect. And then from there, we're going to round these corners out. So if you click on your image, you can see image rounded corners in your properties. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to put 11 just on there. Perfect. And then we're going to click on our image, and then we're going to click off auto width. We're just going to bring in our image just a little bit. Perfect. And then from there, you can put what title and body text that you want underneath. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So we're going to go into content, grab title, just drag that in just underneath. And then we're going to put some text underneath as well. So we're going to match what they've got up on here. So we'll just put that in. And then we're also going to make that left aligned. So if you go onto the side here, you can go into alignment. Perfect. So we're just going to go left aligned on that one, and then just make sure that's left aligned as well. Perfect. And then we're going to add this text in. So you can add in whatever text that you're after. Perfect. And then we're just going to add some padding. So we're going to match it to what padding we've got up here. Always good to match your padding to what you've got on the rest of your EDM, or what you've got on the rest of your columns. So we've got 15 on the top, 15 on the right, and then 15 on the bottom, and then on the left we've got 35. And then 35. Perfect. I'm going to do the same for this one. And then from there, we're just going to go ahead and change the color of our text. Perfect. I think we'll leave that just how it is. Perfect. And then we might just play with the padding just on here. Yeah, perfect. And we'll just add some to the top of this one just to bring it down a bit, just to match this one. Perfect, cool. And then from here, we're just going to be matching. We're going to be doing a 2-column here as well, which is actually pretty easy. So what we're going to do is we're going to be matching what I've done here. So we're going to go into rows, click a 2 row, and we're going to put our images just into there. And then we're going to go into content. Actually, we're going to go into where our photos are. So you can obviously go browse and get your images that way. But for now, we're just going to do it quickly. I'm going to put that image into there. And then this image into there. Perfect. So it's going to match what borders they've got. So they've got some on the right, bottom, and the left as well. So I'm just going to go choose my color first. Always makes it just a bit easy. And then I'm going to go 15, 15, 15. Perfect. And then from there, we're going to add some padding on all sides. So we're going to click onto our image and we're going to add some padding onto there. So you'll find that just in block options. So just adding it to all sides of that. Perfect. And then from there, you can just put in whatever, again, just like we did before, put in whatever title and body text that you're after. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So to make it just a bit easier, I'm just going to duplicate what I've already got here and then just drag it in. That keeps everything consistent as well. Perfect. And then we're going to do the same for this one. So duplicate and then just drag right underneath. Perfect, cool. And then now we're going to be recreating this column here. So we're going to go into our rows and I'm just going to choose this column structure. You can choose whatever you're after. And then we're going to go into content, just like before, dragging our image. And then I'm just going to copy what they've got here as well. So we're going to go into content, go into title, and then put some body text just underneath. Perfect. And I'm just going to drag my image in, just this McDonald's image. And then, perfect. Actually, what I might do again is just duplicate this. Always makes it just a bit easier. So I'm just going to drag that in. Delete that one. Perfect. And then, so you can see where it's going to copy what they've got here. So yeah, you can obviously put whatever you like in there. And then we're just going to add some padding on there just to make it just look a little bit more neater. Maybe that's a bit too much. You can play around with it on your padding and just see what looks the best. That's normally what I do as well. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go click into my row and I'm going to just kind of play around with the sizing here and just make it just a little bit bigger. So if you go into column structure, you can then adjust the slider into what you're after. So we're just going to make it match the size of what the image just up here. And we can also play with the auto width as well if you want to do it that way as well. Perfect. So yeah, that is an example of a longer EDM and how to use columns and borders together to enhance them. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Thank you.